we have a very interesting program lined up for you. We'll be featuring dads, yeah, the forgotten ones. Because sometimes it's all about moms, Mother's Day. What about fathers? We are somebody too. So we are here to highlight the dads, the wonderful fathers out there who are putting in the work and continue to provide for their families and for everyone, not only their families, their community. You understand? So we are here to shed some light on the wonderful fathers out there. So with me on set today is Miss Cheyenne. She has a remarkable story to share with you all about her wonderful, one of a kind father out there. So you know they say a dad is a daughter's first hero, the one that they turn to in every little thing, because I'm a dad so I can tell. The one who sets the bar for love, strength, and what it means to truly show up. You know, sometimes you're in your down season and you want that strong shoulder to lean on. That's what we are there for as fathers. But I have a feeling her dad isn't just any dad. He's a special and amazing individual. He's the kind who goes above and beyond. Our letter says it. Above and beyond in ways that keep people amazed by how he continues to overcome whatever struggles or whatever hurdles that life throws at him. So today I want to hear straight from you about your wonderful and extraordinary father. So I did introduce you, but you can go ahead and reintroduce yourself and tell the viewers a little bit about you.
Okay, so my name is Cheyenne Miko. I'm 22 years old. I attend the University of the West Indies. I majored in economics, and I have the world's greatest father.
You heard that? The world's greatest father. Not one of the world's greatest father, the world's greatest father. So before we jump into the question and answer segment, I don't know if you had a copy of the letter that you shared. She shared a very extraordinary, a very wonderful letter, and Jamaica's national television, TVJ, program Smile Jamaica. But she's here today to extend more on that letter and to share more, to dive a little deeper into the whole story and the whole wonderful father that she had. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to share that remarkable letter with your newfound viewers.
Okay, so it took me a couple times to actually sit down and do this letter and actually convince myself to submit the letter. So here it goes. So it's entitled Father's Day, and Father's Day is the worst holiday in the world. Mother's Day is the second most popular holiday after Christmas. It's Jesus, then your mother. Father's Day isn't even in the top 20. Can you name can you truly name 20 holidays?
Can you?
Because I've been racking my brain. I cannot.
Yeah.
I'm saddened by this fact because for me, my father is my number one. But sometimes I have to remind myself that it's his first time living too. He was, at one point in time, more than just my dad. He was someone's child, someone's brother, someone's nephew. He was someone, an individual being without the pressures of being a father. Normally, I would disclose my father's name at the beginning of my letters just to show how much I love to show him off, which I do. But I'll leave the formalities for last. A little backstory. We reside in what most people would call the ghetto, where we've been scammed out of housing, and shortly after, my younger brother unfortunately passed away due to the contaminated water in the area during the drought that happened last 10 years. It was 10 years ago. We're currently, however, trying to purchase a home where his children can be together. My father has literally been through hell and high water, being disappointed and taken advantage of. Life has thrown my father through every curveball possible, and he would take them all and say, I was made for the struggle. I don't want him to struggle anymore though. The worst part of getting older is seeing your parents get older, knowing you won't always have them around. The other day I looked at him and just looked at him. He no longer has the wit he once had. His skin is no longer firm. He now has that balding spot on the top of his head because he wears hats too much for me actually. That's true. He has never asked for a handout. I've never seen him cry, never seen him break, but I see him. I see all the years of struggle he endured to ensure his children were taken care of to the best of his abilities. I'm talking about him eating leftovers that not even Bruce, that's our male dog, would touch, which is very true. It's a running joke that he has the strongest stomach known to man, and I really want to test that out. As I'm writing this, I'm currently in my parents' room watching my dad watch my youngest brother jump from bed to bed. And I think, has he ever had regrets about the trajectory of his life? Did he want to do something more than be a tradesman and a father? In the same breath, I'm selfish and happy he chose us. He chose me. My dad deserves to be recognized not only on Father's Day, but every day of the year. And so do all fathers who are just as hardworking as he is. There's no way I can fully sum up my father, how selfless he is to everyone, how compassionate, but the world has torn him down brick by brick. This would mean the world to him, just giving him hope that even though he has been through so much, God still remembers him and he is loved endlessly. So that's why I say his name, Albert Martmico, my daddy.
My daddy. What a wonderful and heartfelt expression of a remarkable dad. That is wonderful. So after hearing that letter, I want you guys to put in your comment section something wonderful and remarkable about your dad. So we are going to jump in a little question segment where I'll be asking her some questions about her remarkable and the #1 dad in the world. So straight to the questions. What's the first memory that comes to mind when you think of your dad?
The definite first memory that comes to mind when I think of my father is, my father rides a bicycle, and I remember him just dropping me off at school on that same bicycle in the area, and anytime like he'll come in to the school, everybody knows him. Everybody knows Albert Martmico. So the teacher would be like, oh, Shine, your father is going to pick you up, and I'm like, yes, that's my father.
Yeah, that's my father. Some kids probably would feel...
No, like I was always just excited to see my father. Most children in the classes, they laugh because of course he has a bicycle as opposed to a car. And I'm like, my father's coming to pick me up, where's yours?
Exactly.
Like, what?
So you never let that change your outlook on nothing?
If anything, it made me look at my father in the way that nobody else looks at it. You know, some persons would look at him like, why are you here on a bicycle? I'm like, my father is, exactly, he's doing his responsibilities. He's coming to ensure that I'm at school, that I eat, that I'm actually there at school, that I'm learning.
So he's playing his father role in whatever way possible. So he didn't let the fact that he rode a bicycle stop him from showing up. He always shows up.
Always shows up.
So how would you describe your relationship with your dad in just 3 words?
Just 3 words? Ooh, that is a very hard question. Just to sum it up in 3 words, but I'm going to try. So it's definitely love. He's very diligent with me, and he's also patient.
Patient. And those are some of wonderful factors and characteristics a father should possess.
Yes. That's the bare minimum.
Yeah, the foundation.
The foundation that is there. If you're going to be a father, that's you're not going to get any brownie points for
Yeah.
those stuff. That's just the
So
bare
if you're
minimum.
planning on becoming a father, ensure that you have the foundation, which you just mentioned a while ago. So that's the foundation that you're going to set everything on. So before you even say you're going to take up the responsibility of being a dad, ensure that you sit down and you think about that foundation and you set that foundation, then you can build from there. What's one thing your dad does that always makes you smile or laugh?
Okay, so my father's not really a funny person, but he tries.
He's trying.
He tries his very best. So what he'll do from time to time is that there's like these pans with water in there because drought season.
Yeah.
And then he'll just randomly pass by and just splash.
Splash.
This man.
So even though he's not that really type of person, he still have his unique way
Yeah,
of doing stuff.
he'll just walk past and
Splash, yeah.
I'm like, okay, I see you.
Mr. Meikle, why are you splashing the young lady? Oh God. Was there a moment when you realized just how much your dad means to you?
Yes, there was an epiphany moment. Just a couple months ago, he lost his brother, and his brother's children are grown, and grandchildren are about my age. And I'm like, suppose that was my father. Like, how would I react to somebody giving me a phone call saying that my father had passed? I'm like, well, you have to go put me in the grave with him at this point in time, because there's no way that I'm going to, at this point in my life, continue life without my father. So the epiphany moment happened, and I'm like really sitting down in my dorm room at the time, and I was talking to my significant other, and I was like, my father is not doing well because his father passed away, and if he's trying to put himself in like his brother's shoes, because when one child passed, there's this moment in time that you have to, as the other child, to put yourself forward and be the older one now. And I'm like, if he had passed away, I would be in tears.
Constantly.
Constantly. To this day in time, I'll be constantly in tears. Nobody could tell me, okay, as time goes on, it heals.
Yeah.
Not me.
So that's how we would describe the bond and the love that she has for her dad. So not even today, someone could tell her, it will heal. No, that shows you that there's a special bond, an unbreakable bond between Cheyenne and her dad. So is there a special tradition that you and your dad share?
It's kind of weird. I mean, persons would look at it very funny, but dad takes eye drops, right?
Yeah.
And my older sister usually does it, but after a time, the older ones get so busy, they're not really home at night.
Yeah.
And then it became my job to do it.
Okay.
So at 10, I remember at 10 that it was like, come give me my eye drop every single night. So you get one in the morning, in the afternoon, in the night. So that's like our little tradition. Unfortunately, my nephew now has that rule because as I said, you get older, you get busy. But that was our little tradition, our
So
little thing.
it passed down.
It gets passed
It's a
down.
responsibility that continues. But at least there's someone there that will continue.
Exactly.
So that is something good. Okay, so on lessons and influence, what's the most valuable lesson your dad has taught you?
That I'd find my own luck. So I was always jealous of my older sister. They always tell me these things that, oh, mommy carry her downtown and she find an envelope with money. And I don't know, like my sister just has her own personality, and I'll list her as she's so lucky, and I'm jealous of that.
Yeah.
And then one day daddy riding me on his bicycle, of course. And I was telling him, I was like, I want to have the luck that Jody has, and he's like, no, you're going to have your own luck. You're going to be totally different from everybody else in this world. You're going to have your own luck. And that has stuck with me every single day. When I say every single day, like not a day goes by and I won't remember those words. Like, you have your own luck. It's fine. It's fine.
So that resonates with you up until
today. I'm like, I remember that conversation, where you're still in that moment, you started in the bicycle, I'm sitting, and
you reflect on it every now and then.
Right? So crazy, but yeah, I have my own look.
Yeah. How was your dad shape the person you are today?
Definitely to be humble, even when you have something, you don't really boast about it because my dad is a very humble person. When I
He
say
is.
humble,
He's definitely is.
he is so humble. I don't know if anybody else is humbler than him, but he is so humble. He will have $1 million and you won't know he has $1 million, and he'll walk past a man on the road that is starving and he'll buy him a patty, and I was like, normal persons won't stop and do that.
Yeah.
But definitely for me, I always reflect and be like, this could be someone's father on the road, and I wouldn't want somebody to pass my father on the road, seeing needed help and not help. So him being humble, it's instilled in me to also be humble, not to boast or brag, but you never know what somebody else is going through. Just be humble and just look at what's going on.
That shows you the type of heart that individual possesses, because you remain humble no matter what you achieve, and you don't pass someone on this roadside or wherever. If you are in a position where you can lend assistance, do so. So remain humble no matter what you achieve in life. Always remain humble. That is very important, to stay humble. Being humble is a virtue. So stay humble. We don't boast around here.
No.
We don't boast around here. What's something your dad believes in that you have adapted in your own life?
What's something that I believes in? Okay, that it will be your turn. Like in the line of life, it's going to be your turn.
Yeah.
So there has been so many instances where they were knocking down and something didn't go through, or what he was planning on, it didn't happen. He's like, okay, it's just life. It's going to happen. When it's supposed to happen, it's going to happen. It'll be your turn soon.
Yeah.
So there has been so many instances where I'm supposed to get scholarships, or I'm supposed to be a part of a particular production or anything in life, and then it doesn't happen, and then I'm like, okay, it's gonna be my time soon. I'll just have to wait in line. So I just envision life as I'm waiting in line. Sometimes you get bumped up, you get skipped. Somebody come and step on your toes, you bend to tie your shoes, and then you see 3 more persons in front of you. It's just going to happen. And you just have to wait your turn. And when you wait, it's so much more rewarding.
In the end.
Instead of running out and skipping 3, 4, 5 persons, it's like you haven't worked for it, so it's not really yours. So just stay in the line, and it's going to be your turn, so just calm down.
Just calm down. It will be your time soon. And one of the time is now, because that wonderful letter, that is what landed her here.
Definitely.
To be speaking to you guys and exploring more on this topic of father, and how wonderful they are, and the sacrifices that they're doing to ensure that they meet the needs of their family. So stay in line, stay in the lane. It will be your time soon.
Definitely.
Definitely. If you could tell your dad for one thing right now, what would that be?
Definitely paying all my school fees.
Daddy, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, because it's so overlooked. Like, I've seen persons at school, like they're going to school and they have scholarships, or their parents are well off and they're paying $500,000, $600,000 for a school year, and then my daddy come with, he's a tradesman and he's still paying that $500,000, $600,000, and I'm like, you didn't have to do this, but you did it because you know that.
You went the extra mile.
Exactly, because most parents after you're 18, that's it.
That's it.
Like in my house until they're 18, probably a year or 2.
Yeah.
So finding
So I forgot Papa.
Yeah, I'm 22 and I'm still in my parents' house, and I tell them till the day I die I'm gonna still be here because.
You have a stick around with daddy.
Stick around.
You're not leaving this side.
Not leaving.
Daddy, crazy glue.
Crazy
not
glue,
leaving
not
this side.
leaving. Nothing if it's soap me off.
What's something your dad does that's uniquely him?
Boy, it gonna catch me for this. Like, when you cooking, I don't know, like, it's so weird. One person's cook, they have their own style, they have everything. My father cooks totally different.
Yeah.
He'll be cooking and butter and ketchup has to be in there.
Yeah.
Who puts butter and ketchup in everything?
Mark Meeker.
Mark Baker put butter and ketchup, and
In
I'm like,
everything.
okay, it tastes good, it tastes
Yeah.
real good, and I'm gonna knock him. But if I see the butter and the ketchup out, I'm like, that is cooking today. Okay?
So that's one of his unique style.
He's very unique in his cooking, yes, because I think it's all how he was raised with butter and ketchup, supposed to go in everything. I'm like, okay, sir, I'm not going to cook like that, but if you're going to
That's
cook,
his
you
style.
can. That's your style.
But the good thing is that in the end, it tastes good. It tastes good. What's one habit or saying your dad has that everyone in the family knows?
What's one saying? I think he has too much at this point, but it's you know that sigh.
That sigh.
And then it has to come with a shaking. Like when you hear the,
it's a combination of
it's
both.
a combination. So my nephews they're rambunctious, they're children, and my younger brother, they're like on one playing ground, one playing level. So they'll do something, and then daddy just sits down watching them and be like, he's contemplating what's going
what
on.
to say,
And he can't really say anything because what they're doing is also for their development. But he just has to sit down and watch and be like,
and do the combo.
So I look at him and I see him ready to say it. I'm like, yeah.
That is ready.
That is ready.
He's steaming up. How does your dad show love even without words?
Even without words, I remember one time when I was younger, like he used to call me, you know how dad calls their children princess?
Yeah.
But I have like a lot of hair, and daddy can't do hair.
Yeah.
But one time he was like, he looked at me. I don't know this so distinctively. He looked at me. I was like, And then the next thing I know, I have a hairdresser appointment. And when I came back, you know how they tuck their hair. And he did that. I was like, I know you love me.
So that doesn't show him.
Like
you don't actually say.
Without even saying anything. Like he was like.
So that goes to show that he's very observant.
He's so very observant. Like if daddy say, oh, when are you going to get your hair done?
Yeah.
Or he's like, you know, say something in your hair.
Yeah.
Like,
it's time. It's time to get the hair done.
This.
You don't miss nothing.
Nothing he doesn't miss is. Oh gosh.
If your dad had a superhero name, what would it be and why?